start you a funding company. There is no event that I speak at where we're not the most popular. And when I say popular, I mean paid. And the reason I say that is because after all events, everyone wants funding. There's no time I'll speak on anyone's platform where people don't come. Y'all, everybody is looking for access to capital. So when you understand this skill, you will never have a demand issue. You don't need to be popular on Instagram. All right. You don't need to have, I got students with less than 5,000 followers who are making $50,000, $60,000 a month. I got one, my guy Alex. Let me show y'all him. He got less than 1,000 followers. I think he got 300 followers. He did $50,000 last month. 50,000, y'all. There's no time where you are out of demand. All right. All right. Before we get into class, y'all know I love to break down money misbeliefs. All right. Yesterday we did one. Today I'm going to do one. Do I want to cost? Anyone want to volunteer, or should I do it as a group? Let me see. Let me see. I'm trying to think. I think I want to do it as a group. All right. I'm gonna ask y'all together. We a family. Volunteer people be scary, right? So I want y'all to again. The point of this is to shift your mindset about what you think about money, because most of us we have a bad relationship with money, right? For all of you all in here, if I were see if I could show you it. If I were to say, I'm gonna sell you this $100, right? I'm gonna sell you $100, but in order for me to give you this $100, you have to bring me $10. Would you take that deal? Would you take that? Okay, easy, right? Okay, cool. If I said I will sell you this $1,000, but you have to give me $100 first, would you take that? Okay, easy. All right. Now, if I told you I'll sell you this $100,000, I got $100,000 for you, but you have to first bring me $10,000. Would you take that? You would. All right. Okay. All right. Now, lastly, if I said, listen, I'm going to sell you $1 million. I got $1 million for you, but first you have to bring me $100,000. Would you take that one? Yes or no? Okay. I see no's. You wouldn't trade $100,000 to get $1 million? Okay. Okay. All right. Cool. Now, out of all of the choices I just gave you, the 10 for the 100, the 100 for the 1,000, the 10,000 for 100,000, or the 100,000 for the million, which one out of all of them would you take if you had one choice? You have one choice. 100,000 for the million, 100,000 for the million. But y'all gonna, okay, let me ask you, why would you choose that one? Why would you choose that one out of all of them? Y'all are getting it. I see some good answers. I love it. The reason you choose the 100,000 for the million is because it has the greatest ROI. It has the greatest return. It has the greatest value, right? See, all I did was I just taught you all how to think like the wealthy. Poor people, and when I say poor, I mean passing over opportunities repeatedly, nothing to do with your pockets, but also has everything to do with pockets, right? Poor always ask, what does it cost? Poor always ask, what does it cost first? Wealthy people ask, how much is it worth? What is the value? What is the return on investment? See, poor understands the cost of everything, but the value of nothing. So what I want you all to do, the reason I'm telling you this, I want to shift your mindset to start thinking value first, time first, money second. Why? All the money in the world without the time is useless, right? If you make $1 million over 20 years, we would all agree that's not a lot of money, correct? $1 million over 20 years, that's not a lot of money, correct? That's $50,000 a year. But if we can make that same $1 million in 1 year, it is then deemed a lot of money, y'all. I want you to start thinking about value first. And in fact, I challenge my students this all the time. The next time you go on a trip or you go somewhere, I want you to do this. And I know it's going to be uncomfortable. I want you to sit first class. I want you to see what that's like. I want you to experience that. When you go to the hotel, I want you to stay somewhere that's outside your comfort zone. I want you to stay in one of the flyest rooms. Why? I promise you it's going to change your mind. And what you understand is this. I've built relationships. Let me tell you something. I've built relationships to get to this place before I had the money to. Why? Because I paid for environment. See, when you go that first class, when you go get in that hotel room, guess what? you get conversations. Conversations lead to compensation. Stop worrying about what it costs and worry about what it's costing you not to take advantage of opportunities that give you much more of a return, much more of an ROI, right? I don't even say fake it till you make it. I say manifest it till you make it, right? Manifest it till you make it. See, I'll be keeping it 100. Listen, I was dead broke, walking around like I was already lit when I first started. I had a crazy misbelief. Y'all, you have to trick yourself. You have to see it here before you can seize it in real life. I used to go to the major cities. I'll go rent the I-8. So what? I want to feel what that's like. I want to feel what the future me is going to drive. Guess what? A year and a half later, I had my first I-8. I used to start going to major cities. I'll go rent the Lamborghini. Now, everyone don't want the Lamborghini. I'm not telling you to believe what I believe. I wanted one. Why? Because I had never seen one. As a young black kid from the neighborhood, I never saw one except on TV. I wanted to be what I saw on TV. So when I go places, I'm renting it. Why? Because I need to see it, touch it, so one day I can obtain it. Now I got 2 of them things in the driveway. 2 of them things downstairs in the driveway. Why? I had to manifest, but then I had to do the work. Don't get it twisted. You can't manifest and not man of action. See, you got to do both. One doesn't work without the other. You have to do both. Again, that video, do the work, right? Faith plus work is how you get to where you want to get to. But I need you to shift your mindset. Too many of us, every time an opportunity comes, oh, what does it cost? People get to an opportunity, and I see it all the time, like on sales call. The first question, okay, what do I get inside this? No, what does it cost? We worry about the cost before we even know the return. Here's what I learned. It costs you so much. It costs you so much in life. It's called opportunity cost. The biggest expense we have in life is what we don't know. It cost me 6 years of failing businesses trying to figure it out on my own because I was worried about the cost. It cost me frustration. Cost me a little bit of depression. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, the most expensive thing in life is ignorance tax. Ignorance tax. So make sure we put value first and cost second. Are we clear? Somebody got it in the chat. If we got it, I want to make sure we locked in. All right. That's a mindset hack that'll change your life for the rest of your life. All right, now let's get into this class, y'all. Let's get into it. Share the screen. And then, yep, let's go. All right, everyone can see my screen, yes or yes? Just let me know. All right, perfect. All right, welcome to day 2 of the Get the Bag, Flip the Bag Challenge. All right, building the funding business. Yesterday, we learned how to get the access to the capital. Today, we're going to learn how to flip it by being the person now who funds others. All right? I call this the 7-figure business model. Now, there are a lot of people in the game, right? There are a lot of people in the game who do credit repair. A lot of us on here, it sounds like some of y'all do credit repair. Nothing wrong with credit repair. It's a great starting business. You know why? Because it's super in demand. About 6.5, 7 out of 10 people got credit issues. So now, super high demand. There's pros and there's cons. A lot of stuff that I don't personally love, but there's nothing wrong with it just because it's not my steez, right? Now, on average, people will charge between $500 to $1,000 in credit repair. That's a pretty good model, right? You get 1 a week, $52,000 a year. You get 2 a week, that's $104,000 a year. All right. Now, next thing, ladder of ascension, trade lines. We talked about trade lines yesterday. All right. On average, right? It can range anywhere from $300 to $1,500 what people are making per person on trade lines. All right, depending on how much or how aggressive you are with adding your upsells, or if you have a wholesale direct relationship with a trade line partner. All right, but here's my favorite part. Somebody put high ticket in the chat. High ticket. You know I love high ticket because it's so much easier to get to the money you want to get to. Y'all, if you have a product that's $5,000, if you want to get to $100,000, you only have to sell 20 of those, right? You only got to sell 20 of those on a year to make 100. If you want to make $1 million, you only have to sell 200 of those. That's why I love high ticket, which is why I love funding. It's a high ticket, in demand game. So when you think of funded, you see $50,000 to $100,000. You can get them funded through personal or business. This is what we call a ladder of ascension that's complete, y'all. So if you're in credit, or you're doing trade lines, or you're doing a tax business, or you're a realtor, or you're if you're a trucker, if you're doing these businesses, any business, and you're not adding funding as a service, you are doing yourself a disservice. Why? Because all of your current clients want access to capital. It doesn't matter what service, digital, it doesn't matter. If you're a 9-to-5er, a great first business is a funding company. Why? It doesn't have to be full time. You don't have to work sun up to sundown. It's low overhead, right? Once you get it, it's easy. All right. So no matter where you are, this business is a way that you can leverage to make a lot more money, y'all. A lot more money. All right. Has anyone heard of a foreign filing or a foreign entity? Anyone heard of a foreign entity? Okay. I see some no's, see some yeses. All right, good. Now, what a foreign entity is, a foreign entity allows you to 5 or 10x your fundability. Why? Because you can essentially set up your business in any states you want. So, for example, Maxine said she lived in Philly. Now, Philly has specific lenders that only lend to businesses that are set up in that state. For example, we talked about KeyBank, also Truist. So if I wanted to go to KeyBank or I wanted to go to Truist and I don't live in a state where there are all those banks, guess what? I can't go get those banks. But if I set up a foreign entity or a foreign filing in Philly, guess what? I can go to any bank that is in Philly. I can apply for any bank that is in Philly because I set up this foreign entity. So now any state where I see specific banks that I like that are outside of my state where I'm registered, guess what? I set up the foreign filing. I go to Secretary of State, foreign filing. You fill in some information. Within 48 hours, you are good. The next thing you got to do, though, not only are you going to do your Secretary of State, but you also want to get a business address in that particular state. All right? Now, I give you a little sauce. If you got a cousin or a family member, someone in that state, you don't plan on having this there long term, you could list your business at that person's address. Now you have the address set up somewhere and you have your foreign filing set up officially with the Secretary of State. You are good to go. Now we can go all 50 states if we wanted to. All right, if you wanted to. You don't have to. Actually, I don't recommend all 50, but find places if you're maxed out or if you're at a place where you're like, yo, I really, really want to shop with this bank, then this is when you will run this play, y'all. So now any money we want, we have the ability to go get. Nothing is out of reach. Does this make sense? Let me know in the chat if this makes sense. Good. Even with your clients, guess what? If they got specific lenders, they got a sequence, or you got custom bank that you built relationships with, you have them set up a foreign entity, and now you run them through your banking relationships. All right, easy. All right, starting a funding company. What is it? Some of y'all, you're newer. I got you. So a funding company is a done-for-you white glove service. Now, I believe you can charge whatever you want. I don't tell you what to or not to. All right, I charge 10%. I feel like 10% is very, very fair for the customer and for you. You could charge anywhere from 5 all the way up to, I know people charging 30%, y'all. I know people charging 30%. Hey, to each his own. I cannot tell you how to run your business. All right. Now, second thing I want you to know, right? When you are doing funding, we typically do a white glove done for you, but now the new model I've seen, some people are doing a done with you. The reality is what you need is the contract to state exactly how your process goes. You can do the applications for them. All right. They are to sign a contract that states this. They are signing a contract to state how you get paid. They are signing a contract to state the process. All right. They are signing a contract to let you know in which the time frame you will get paid as well. So if you were to get, right, if you were to get your client $100,000 and you're charging 15%, well, guess what? You just made $15,000 from one client, y'all. Where else can you make $15,000? And here's the great thing. Somebody put win-win in the chat. Win-win. See, there's a lot of businesses where is win-lose situations. The reason I love funding is because if I don't get my client anything, I don't get anything. But when I get my client a lot, I get a lot, right? So because there's no pay up front, it's not one of those businesses where you're like, oh, you played me, or it's impossible. I only get paid a percentage on what I get a client. So the more I get them, the more I make, right? Now, the key to this I always tell is communication. So I always tell people, I give clients every scenario. Hey, are you aware that if we get you 100,000, you owe me 10,000? And I go all the way up to like 500,000 because I want this client to absolutely 100% know that the more I get you, the more you are going to pay me. But 9 times out of 10, it is a win-win situation, y'all. All right. The other option we have is as a funding broker. As a funding broker. What is a funding broker? A funding broker is essentially your middleman. I got one of my students, she's doing $15,000 to $20,000 a month as a funding broker. What that means is she isn't actually doing the funding. She's partnering with the people who do that funding. She is just the middleman, and she's getting between 2 and 5%. So I want you to imagine you promote funding, or you have a network of people. All right. All you do is you let people know, hey, we have a funding company, or we partner with a funding company. We're able to get you access to capital. All you do is refer the client, and you make 2 to 5%. That means, y'all, if the person you're partnering with gets your client or your referral $100,000, you're looking at a $2,000 to $5,000 commission doing no work. Is anybody here mad at making $2,000 to $5,000 without having to do any actual work? Somebody let me know in the chat. Latonya said, nope, me neither. Why? Y'all, because the reality is this. There are people in their actual business aren't making $2,000 to $5,000 per client. But Tawana said, that would be me, 100%. I'm telling you, y'all, it's a limitless industry. Limitless industry, y'all. Listen, a lot of people who do this, they already have a current business too. Like some people, they're like, okay, I already run this tax company. They're making 6 figures out the year. Now, some of them, they want to actually bring the funding in-house. Some of them, they connect. You're funding broker, making consistent money, referring your already clients that you already have. I got one of my guys, he owned a gym, right? He graduated my program probably about 6 months ago now. He owned a gym. And when he came in just to learn digital. Then when he saw the funding game, he said, wait, my clients that are at my gym, 90% of them have businesses. He has a small private gym. He charges about $250 a month at his gym. He's like, 90% of them have businesses. Why don't I offer funding to them who already have the business? I said 100%, but it didn't click to him until he started to see it. So I'm telling y'all, no matter where you are, you got to think the endless possibilities, the partnerships, the affiliates, the referrals, all right? Someone said, can you have both? 100% you can have both, all right? What do we actually get them funded with? Everything. Personal credit cards, personal lines of credit, personal loans, business credit cards, business loans, SBA loans, revenue-based loans, subprime lenders. Y'all, I know a dude, he charges for auto loans, and people pay it. So my point is, you can charge for whatever you want. One of my guys, Cedric, I'm going to show you him. He does a lot of deep connecting for real estate people, right? He connects to people, and then he gets a percentage. He gets a percentage from the lender, and he gets a percentage from the client. DCSR loans. I know people in my program who are cooking with those. I'm talking about fat commissions, right? Getting 5% of 600,000. You do the math. 30,000 a pop. Opportunities are endless. How do I find clients? A few ways. I'm gonna give y'all. The thing I love about it is you don't have to be popular to be paid. You don't have to spend money on advertisement. You don't. Not for this business. Strategic partnerships is the main way. Is one of the main ways. What do I mean by that? Okay, cool. Everyone here either knows somebody who's a realtor, someone who owns a tax company, someone who is doing credit repair, someone who owns some type of business. Well, what we do is we set up a partnership. We say, hey, every client you send me, I'll kick you back X%. So now they're only getting paid when you win. Y'all win. It's a win-win-win. The client wins, you win, they win. For example, one of my credit repair people are the best type of partners outside of taxes. Why? Because credit repair people, they literally qualify the people and hand them on a platter to you. They say, here, I just fixed their credit. They're ready to go. So if you got 5 credit repair partners that are sending you even one client every month, and you're only getting that client $50,000, you just made $25,000. On the high end, if you start getting that client $100,000 each, $100,000 each, now you're talking about $50,000. If you were to kick them back 2%, 2% of the 10%, now they're making good money, you're making great money, and the client's happy because they've made their money. Y'all, is the math starting to math? Is it making sense? Is it making sense? Our strategic partnerships are the name of the game. Second, we got social media. Anybody here, like, you scared of social media? Like, you scared of, like, the content part? It's a lot. All right, well, I'm gonna give y'all a little sauce right here. Y'all want me show you how y'all can come up with y'all content ideas quick? See, what I tell y'all this way, I said this ain't one of them classes where we just gonna I'm just gonna motivate you. Or you gonna get this motivation and inspiration, but you're gonna get this game too. All right. So what we're gonna do is what we're gonna do is I'm gonna share this. All right, perfect. All right. I love it. Share screen. All right, perfect. So what I'm gonna tell chat is, actually, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it like this. What's going on, chat? So listen, act as $20 million funding strategist. I am running a funding company, and what I'm looking to do is attract more leads on my social media. What I want you to do is give me 10 value style pieces of content for Instagram and TikTok. I want it to be based on hook, value, offer, with the value portion specifically heavy. Call to action, I want to be DM me the word fund, so me and my team can help you get access to 50,000 or more in funding. All right, so all I'm doing is I'm getting valuable content, all right, that's going to attract the people that I want. All right. So what I told chat to do is cook up value-based content. I'm gonna talk about that tomorrow. Value-based content. This is my favorite type content, especially if you're in a service-based industry. Why? Because people need to know that you know, all right, or at least that you sound like you know what you're talking about. All right. So the first piece of content that it gave me. If you've been getting denied for funding before, chances are you made this one mistake. Most valuable entrepreneurs think every lender looks at the same thing. They don't. Here's what happens. You apply with the wrong lender, they pull your credit, you get denied, your credit score drops. Now even less attractive to the next lender. See, professional funding companies don't just submit applications randomly. They, they match you with lenders based on credit profile, revenue, time in business, industry, existing debt, cash flow. That's why two different business owners with the exact same credit score can get completely different approvals. The goal isn't applying more, the goal is applying smarter. DM me the word fund, and me and my team will see if we can help you get access to $50,000 or more in funding. Y'all, was that hard? Is that hard? I'm telling you, y'all, making money is not hard. We make it hard. Y'all, listen, there's nothing, there's no nothing that bottleneck that you have in this business that I haven't covered. All right, we've already done it all. Imagine all you have to do is sit your phone up on the tripod or right in front of you selfie style and read the script. And I got a teleprompter app that y'all can utilize that I teach y'all in the program of how to be able to do it and shoot your ads or shoot your content. It's not hard. You don't got to overcomplicate it. You don't need a fancy camera person. You don't need none of that. I used to shoot the content from my mom's basement. That's how I came up. Wasn't pretty lighting. Was barely any lighting, right? Y'all, put the content out. Why? I don't need you to put the content out so you can go viral. That would be cool. But what I do need, I need when people come to your page that they see that you actually do this. They see that you talk about it. All right. So what I did was I got 10 different scripts, all right, from 10 different angles that are going to track business owners who need funding. Was that hard? Yes or no? Anyone feel a little more confident after seeing that literally you can use one prompt and now you get like good at content? I already know all your issues. I know people be like, dang, well, I got to think of the ideas, and I got to shoot the ideas. No, we alleviating all that. All right, we are alleviating all of that. All right. So now we understand the social media part. No, we don't. Let me finish it for you all. 3 types of posts, all right, that you all want, especially when you're doing funding. One is going to be that type content. So you're talking about value based. Second is going to be what we call, I call it personal trust content. This is where people get to know you, right? People buy from people that they know, like, and trust. So I don't need you to be robotic online, just trying to sound like everybody else. What I do want you all to do is I want you to be yourself. Whoever you are, I don't care if you're loud and you curse a lot. I don't care if you are the nicest person in the world. I don't care if maybe you like to work out every day. Maybe you are like a jerk. Hey, there's a lot of jerks who have money, right? Maybe you are a kind person. Hey, there's a lot of kind people who have money. But the best thing you can do is be you. The worst thing you can do is try to be someone else. It says this: where 2 are the same, that means 1 is unnecessary. I'm gonna say that again. Where 2 are the same, that means 1 is unnecessary. See, a lot of people, they try to be like other people online when your superpower is you. Your superpower is your unique greatness. I could be maybe a better funder than you, but I can't be a better you than you. People buy from people first, products and services second. All right. So that's the second type post. And then the third type post, once you start getting people results, you can post what I call proof content. Until then, guess what? That's fine. You don't need to have proof content to make money. Hey, maybe you got yourself a result. You are the result if that's the case. Guess what? You can post those receipts. All right. But the two ones you want is going to be your personal content, where you talk about just who you are. People get to see who you are. And then your value content, where people get to know and hear you talk about what you do. All right. People want to know that you have the solution. All right. The third type way that you find clients is going to be, this is one of my favorites. All right. Communities. Y'all, do y'all know that the e-learning space, right? The e-learning space, the online learning space is the fastest growing business in the world. Everybody's teaching something, right? Y'all see that? People teaching all type of things, all type of stuff. Guess what? That means they have communities. That means they have people who are entrepreneurs in their communities, or people who are aspiring entrepreneurs in their communities. What do you think? What do you think these people who are looking to start their journeys need? What's the number one thing they all need? They need capital. They need funding. So what we do is we partner with these communities. We can become the official funder in their communities, right? To where they're going to set us, we're going to be their funding coach in their community, all right? To where we help their clients get access to funding. Why is that? Why is that a win-win? One of my favorite ways? Well, because guess what? They're consistently going to be enrolling new clients, which means they're consistently going to be bringing you work, which means you don't have to pay for leads because they're already bringing you the leads. You don't have to work hard for the leads because they're already bringing you the leads. Some of you may be thinking, well, what's the win for them? Well, the win for them is, one, their students get better results, which adds more value to their program. And then two, they get a kickback, which means they get to make more money without doing one. Y'all, it just making sense. We starting to see it. I got one of my guys, Jay Mappy. He landed 2 communities. He does one with this real estate dude. He's super big in there. I think it's Eric Crestfield. He has a huge real estate community. And then there's another one he does for this Salon Suite group. I mean, y'all might have heard of Coach Sway, right? And literally, based off of those communities alone, he's made well over $500,000 off of just landing jobs within communities. Now, some of you may be saying, well, Darius, how do I do that? What we're going to do is I got to play, all right? Anytime you guys go to these events, these conferences, everybody here should start going to events. Why? Yes, for information, but really for proximity, really for relationships, all right? You start letting people know, hey, I offer funding as a service. Hey, I would love to partner with you. Oh, if you're a coach or community, I would love to come give your community free value. Hey, at the end of the hour, do you mind? I'm going to teach them how to do it, but some of them, they're going to just want me to just do it. Do you mind if at the end I present the opportunity where me and my team can actually just get them funding? And what I'll do is I'll kick you back a percentage of whatever we get them. Yo, what do you think they're going to say every time? Yes. It's a win-win-win. All right? So these are 3 ways that we can find clients. And between these 3 ways, there's no way you don't make at least 6 figures. There's no way. All right, is this clear? Let me know in the chat. 1 through 10 are understanding of these ways to find clients. 1 through 10, let me know. I just want to make sure y'all good. If you confused, you can put confused too. All right, good. A lot of 10s. Good, good, good. All right. Y'all can screenshot this. I'm giving y'all a sample. This is one of our partnership samples for outreach. All right. Y'all can screenshot it. It's one of the ways that we able, those of y'all looking for a quick win, got you. So typically we reach out. Hey, how are you? I see you're crushing it. And the way we reach out on this would be through Instagram, or it could be through different ways. But let's say it's Instagram. Hey, how are you? I see you're crushing it with whatever industry you're in. If it's Airbnb, if it's real estate, if it's tarot, that doesn't matter. Love to see it. My name is Darius. I help small business owners access capital to start, grow, and scale their business. Wanted to know if you were interested in hopping on a call and talking about a partnership where you could make an extra $30,000 to $100,000 this year without doing any work. Y'all, when I send that message, what you think they say? Who the heck don't want to make an extra $30,000 to $100,000 without doing much work? Right? And then we get them on the phone. We walk through the process. All right? And we have to let them know, one, the objectives. The first one is we're going to help your clients get better results. Why? Because no matter what they teach, Airbnb, car rental, real estate, what do they all need? They all need capital. So now we're helping them look better, their program look better. The second is you get to make extra money without doing anything. All right? One of those change your whole life. One client change your life. You start getting you 2, 3, 4, it's a wrap. You out of there. All right? Someone said, I need to get on the call. All right? Let me see. Relationship manager. So good. I want to talk about this. All right? What is a relationship banking manager? A relationship banking manager, in super layman's terms, is just having access to, I like to say, the plug, right? But all it is, to break it down further, is someone, all right, someone within that branch or within that location, all right, who works closely or directly with underwriting. Why? Because they are a part of the decision making. See, most people, when they apply, and there's nothing wrong with this, I'm going to talk about that in a sec, they're going to get a manual review. When you get a relationship manager, all right, sometimes you get to request your limits. Now, let me be very, 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 very clear, y'all. Listen up. You do not need a relationship manager to make a lot of money. I made a lot of money in funding before even knowing about relationship managers. I'm going to say it again. You do not need a relationship manager to make a lot of money. Now, do relationship managers help? Yes, they do. 100%. Do you need it? No. The reason I say that, because I know there are some people who hear some and their brain will go, well, I can only take action if I have that. No, 100% not. Remember, I told you, you want to be one of those spectators that does the work. All right? Now, when I'm looking to build, I show y'all how to build relationships with relationship managers, right? But a few things you want to know, all right? You want to let them know that you work with entrepreneurs who have qualified profiles and qualified businesses, and a lot of them are looking for capital. Why does this make a relationship manager excited, y'all? Y'all, do y'all know how people get paid in the banking world? I mean, do y'all know how to get raises, recognition, hitting quotas? Guess what? 7 out of 10 people walk around with bad credit. So when you send them qualified people, what does it do? It makes their life easier. It's a win-win situation. Because now they hit their quota, they get recognition, they grow within their company, all because people are saying, how the heck you getting all these credit cards pushed through? Not knowing, whole time, you thought they was the plug. No, you're the plug because you made their life easier. Next thing you want to know, do they work closely with underwriting? Why? Well, just because they doesn't mean that they're useless, but what it does mean is we want to know who we are actually dealing with. We want to know, are they actually who they say they are? All right. Next thing we want to know if we send them clients, are they able to push applications through manually? Meaning, do they have the ability to help request limits? Do they have the ability to help them push for higher limits? Do they have the ability to get credit limit increases? Right? Because this is the reason we want to use them. If it's just the automatic system that we use on our own, well, it's not that the relationship will be useless, because they can still give some insight. They can still tell you, hey, drop this money in the account. Hey, allow it to nurture 30 to 60 days. Hey, what you want to do right before you apply is this. Yes, those things can help. But I want to know, can they help me push through applications manually as well? All right? Then, one of the last things I'm going to give y'all, all right, for today, when it comes to banking relationship managers, are they able to push clients nationwide or just within the state? Now, either one is a win. We're not mad if they can't push clients all over. But if I can, guess what? Now it makes my life super easy. Any clients from anywhere, if I can set them up with my rep, guess what? Now life just got a lot easier. The process is a lot more automated. All right. Now, you might have some reps who say, hey, we only work with people in the state. That's perfectly fine too. That's perfectly fine too, because now we know we set up different banking strategies with different clients based on their location. Either way, it's a win-win, but these are the things I need to be thinking about so I can maximize. Does this make sense? Somebody put maximize in the chat. See, you got to maximize your opportunities by being strategic. This, like I tell you, like this isn't the stuff that you're gonna Google or YouTube. It's not the stuff you're gonna just chat GPT, right? But when you get to play, run the play. See, we have to maximize our opportunities, y'all. At one point, I had one chase rep. He was getting us nothing but 50s and 75s, 50s and 75s, 50s and 75s, y'all. Had to maximize on the opportunity. All right. Shelf Corp. Has anyone here heard of a Shelf Corporation or an AIDS Corp? Anyone heard of that? Okay, good. All a Shelf Corp or AIDS Corp is, in layman's term, is just an aged entity. All right. So a lot of you all this week, you've been saying, Darius, I got a new LLC. Can I get funded? Yes. The answer is yes, you can. But with an older LLC or an older entity, guess what? We can get more funding. All right. Products like lines of credit. Lines of credit require typically 2 years or more. Now, there's a few places that you can get them under that, but typically 2 years or more. All right, so AIDS Corp is a business that has aged anywhere from 2 to 20 years. This fast tracks the funding process, allows me to go get those high limits faster. All right. Now, I want you all to be very, very, very careful about where you source AIDS Corps and Shelf Corps from. Y'all, the last thing I want y'all to do is get scammed. All right. Be very, very careful. You got to make sure that it is in healthy shape. All right. You got to make sure there's no tax liens on it. All right. You want to make sure that these are in good shape. Those of y'all who do decide that you want to move forward with us, we partner with a company that does a very, very good job sourcing Shelf Corps that we worked with for a while and haven't had any problems. All right. But in terms of those of y'all who's out here just buying Shelf Corps, be very, very careful. All right. Very careful. The reason I say that is because the last thing you want to do, people charge between $2,500 all the way up to $10K for these trade lines. Imagine you go out there and you spend that money and you find out it got tax liens on it. It's in bad standing, bad shape, and now you out of luck. So to avoid that, you stay around the fire. All right. 1 through 10. How many of us now know that we need to be adding funding as a service? Whether you're new in the game, whether you currently have a business, whether you're a 9-to-5er, I don't care what your situation. How many of us are saying to ourselves, damn, why have I not been doing this my whole life? Think about it. Think about it. The Shelf Corp alone. The Shelf Corp alone, you can make an extra $20,000 a month. There's people charging $5K for Shelf Corps. 4 of those a month is $20,000. You get one fund, and all the Shelf Corp does is, this is the positioning. Hey, right now, your LLC's new. We could probably get you somewhere between, 25 and maybe 85,000. At the highest, maybe 100. But listen, just want to let you know, we have Shelf Corps that, if you do get a Shelf Corp, what we see is a good chance of your fundability going up. Guess what? 1 in every 3 people are probably going to want a Shelf Corp. So now we made the money with the Shelf Corp. Now, we don't have to tax them over the hell with the Shelf Corp. Why? Because the end goal is going to be the funding. So instead of taxing $5K, I might do a $3K. Now they get the $3K. It helps them because now they get higher limits. And it helps me because now I help them get higher limits, which helps me get paid more. Remember what I told y'all. Impact is a direct correlation to your income. The more you impact the people, the more money you will make. When it comes to the funding game, you can walk people all the way through the bottom, all the way to the top. Credit repair, trade lines, business structure. I got a student of mine, Russ, business structure. He started adding a $2,000 offer where he structured your business and helps you to build out your profile. He's cooking. Why? Because he understood the market. Shelf Corp, funding. Then guess what? How often do y'all think people come back to you for funding? Do we believe that this is just a one-time transaction? No, absolutely not. You're going to get the same people over and over and over and over. They're going to come back to you every 3 months. They're going to come back every 6 months. Hey, man, I just need a little more funding. Hey, man, I got this new unit I'm about to close. I just need a little more funding. Y'all, the LTV, which means lifetime value, is endless. The LTV in this is like $25,000, $30,000 when it comes to funding. The average person will shop with you 3 to 5 times. 3 to 5 times. Yeah, I'm going to give y'all some more sauce before we get into the opportunity. Listen, one of the plays, I'm going to give y'all this. One of the plays we do, as soon as you get a person funded, immediately, they are what? They're at a high. Dopamine is at a high. They are super excited. What we do immediately is we turn around and we say, hey, I'm super excited for you. Congratulations. Do you have anyone in your friend group or any business owners you know that can use the same type capital we just got you? If you can, could you put us in a group chat? Yo, when I tell y'all, they're going to put you in they're going to put you in 20 group chats. They're going to sit, I'm talking about, you got to tell them, The more the merrier. Like, oh yeah, anybody else. Say, hey, do you know any more people? Y'all, I'm telling you, they're gonna do all the marketing for you. Why? The best thing you could do for a person is two things: put them in a position to get some money or give them some money. You just did damn near both. You potentially changed their life for the rest of their life. So now you got 10 new leads just because you got that one client funded. I'm telling you, y'all, best marketing. Good. Word of mouth travels. 100%. If you see an ad, right? If you see an ad and it says, hey, my name is Darius, I want to get you $50,000 to $100,000. Now, you might click that ad because it's money. But if your friend told you, man, nah, that boy Darius, he good, he gonna get you right. What you gonna do? You gonna go over the ad because you trust your friend. You trust your friend's perspective. You trust their word, right? So this is why we run this play, to make sure that we keep the money rolling. All right. Whoa, so good, so good. How we feeling, y'all? How are we feeling? Listen, how many of us feel like we are ready to get to that next level? After yesterday, after today, how many of us feel like it's that season, y'all, where we're ready to stop going slow and go fast? We're ready to stop being a spectator and start being an expectator. Or for some of us, stop being a procrastinator and stop being an expectator. How many of us feel that way? Good, good. Listen, how many of you do not want this to end, right? How many of you are saying, if I could be in this environment with this information and this level of family every week, imagine how your life would look. What would that look like? Yeah, I'll be so turned up. Like when I'll be in my mastermind calls, I'll be so excited because the reality is this. I got this saying, if you stay close to the fire, eventually you'll get hot and stay hot. And what I realized is every time in my life I veer away from the fire, I get cold. I start to freeze. I start to settle. I stop growing. So what I learned is every year I got a budget. I put $100,000 towards masterminds and mentorships every year, every single year. Well, one, it's a tax write-off too. So I get to learn and grow while getting this tax bill down. But the second reason I do is because I realized that if I want to continue earning, I have to continue learning. See, I can't pour more into you if I haven't poured it into myself, right? If your coach doesn't have a coach, then they shouldn't be coaching you. All right. With that being said, I know some of you all saying you do not want this to end. All right. And that's why I'm about to present this opportunity to you all. Now, somebody let me know, what do these two players have in common? These two players right here, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant. What do they have in common, y'all? Someone said they're both good. Yes, they are both good. They both got money, for sure. Work ethic, for sure. They are legends, not for sure. They have businesses, for sure. GOATs, for sure. Ah, John said it. John, so good. You know what's crazy? I didn't even notice, and these are some of my favorite players, but this guy right here, that's what they have in common. This guy right here. Anyone know who this is? This is Phil Jackson. If you don't know basketball, he's probably arguably the greatest coach of all time. I think he has the most or the second most championships of any coach of all time. They both have the same exact coach. It's no coincidence that they both have the most championships in NBA history. I think Michael got what, 7? Jordan got I think Michael got 7. I think Kobe got 6. I could be wrong. They could both have 6. But my point is, y'all, Michael Jordan, was he going to be great on his own? Yes, undeniably. Kobe Bryant, was he going to be great on his own? Absolutely. No matter how great you are, you still need a coach. Why? Because the coach can take you places that you can't take yourself. The coach can push you past limits that you can't push yourself. Kobe was going to be good. Michael was going to be good. They had the mindset. They had the mentality. But you know what they did different? See, a lot of people, what they do is they get a coach and they don't want to be coachable. Like if you watch sports, there's a lot of people that get traded because they don't listen to their coach. Kobe said, no, you have a track record of winning championships. Because you have a track record of winning championships, I am willing to be submissive to you and what you tell me to do so I can win championships. Michael Jordan said, you know what? You have a certain offense, a certain system that continuously proves to work. If y'all know Phil Jackson, you know about the triangle offense. It's a system that he put together. And the system doesn't revolve around one player. What it does do is it amplifies one player, but it's a system. So if Kobe Bryant wants to do his own thing within the system, it won't work. If Michael Jordan wants to do his own thing within the system, it won't work. They are still the primary ball holder in the system, but it is a system for a reason. No matter where Phil goes, the system always goes. That's why he's been able to get championships with 3 different stars, because it's a system. My question to you all is, I have the system, I have the experiences to take you places that realistically you probably cannot take yourself. With that being said, can I be your Phil Jackson? Do I have permission to present the opportunity for you all so that I can be your Phil Jackson? If that is okay, just say yes. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to break the opportunity down. So team just told me 81% of you all did fill out your applications. So if it's okay for you all, right, for you all who did fill out your application, is it okay if I just break the opportunity down here? Or if not, we can go into a different room, but I feel like it will be easier here, but y'all let me know. Okay, good. Okay, good. With that being said, I would love to introduce you all right, to the Get the Bag, Flip the Bag mentorship. The #1 mentorship are for entrepreneurs and aspiring entrepreneurs who are looking to grow, who are looking to get access to funding and make money. All right. I'm going to break down the opportunity. So what you all are going to get, all right, within the program is 3-month access to my funding mentorship program, where I'm going to show you how to start a 6-figure funding company. All right. I'm going to show you how to start a funding company, which we just talked about today, but obviously we now have to execute and implement. I'm going to show you all how to create high ticket and low ticket offers. I want to show you how to build your menu, right? When you go to McDonald's, if McDonald's only had fries and you wanted a burger, you would leave. I'm going to show you how to fill up your menu so when people come to shop with you, you always have something to sell them, right? Most people, they just don't have a strong enough menu, all right? I'm going to show you how to get access to anywhere from $50,000 to $250,000 in funding, all right, for you, all right? We have bi-weekly calls for this program. So the way it works is, all right, every other Tuesday, we meet. Actually, you guys get called every Tuesday because we have a foundation call every Tuesday from 6 to 7, and then mastermind calls every other Tuesday with me, all right? And we typically go 7 p.m. for my calls. The reason our program differentiates, what I would say is this isn't one of those where you just set it and forget it. Everyone who joins, you get a one-on-one accountability coach, one-on-one. I believe that when we grew up, they said, information on me, execution on you. And I believe that, but I also believe there are some people who need a little more hands-on. I believe there's some people who need push. There's some people who just need that clarity, that direction, and that redirection. All right? So you guys all will have a one-on-one coach. Exclusive access to our community. We have a community where you're going to be able to network. You see, this week, we have the family. Imagine being in a group where there's over 250, 300 people who have all invested in themselves. People who are super serious. You guys get access to the class replays. I understand that you might not make every week. Well, guess what? We make sure that you have access to the replay to be able to catch up. All right? Not only do you have classes with me, y'all, but what we've done is we've created classes for every single skill you need. I know some of you want to get good at sales. We have a sales call every other Thursday. Some of you want to get good with content. We have a content coach, all right, to be able to walk you through best practices when it comes to content every other Wednesday, all right? My exact funding content blueprint, the exact scripts that we've used to help us to be able to attract the leads to make over $7 million online. I'll give you that. All legal documents. I'm going to give you my contracts. I'm going to give you my intake forms. I'm going to give you my partnership agreements. I'm going to give you everything that we utilize in our business to make money, everything that you need. The system. All right, then I'm giving you my 7-figure DM scripts. The exact scripts that we use to get busy in DMs, text messages, land partnerships, land communities. All right, affiliate scripts. And then y'all, it's gonna be one of y'all favorites. It's usually everyone's favorite, y'all. So we created a custom bot called Darius AI Funding Bot, where you guys are literally going to be able to talk to me 24/7. All right, this is by far one of the favorite things in the program. Everybody loves the bot. Why? Because some people be joking. It's like, dang, it's like having you. Sometimes even better than me, right? Anything you have, you can literally upload a credit report to my bot, and it will show you if they're qualified, where to go, best practices, y'all. Like, I mean, this thing we're about to put online for a reoccurring, it's going to be $1,500 a month, right? It's that in depth, all right? So I want you to imagine having 24/7 access to that. Not only that, y'all, somebody say more. So what I decided to do was, usually I sell just one program, right? But what we decided to do was we decided to also give you guys access to my digital product mastermind, right? We're in the digital era. I know some of you all want to start putting out digital products, digital services, your ebooks, your templates, right? Your checklists. All right, like those things you all bought from us. They were valuable. So I want to show you all how to do that. Some of you all even get into coaching. I'm going to show you my 7-figure webinar framework, how to create your offer, how to create your low ticket offers. All right. And then we do morning mindset calls every single week on Wednesdays. All right. Every other week on Wednesdays. Just like our first 30 minutes here, we have those in the mornings. I need y'all turned up. I understand that this is a process. I understand that some of us, we're going to need someone to continue to push us. My job is to take you places that you can imagine in your head. I want to bring them into real life. All right. Does this make sense? With that being said, all right, fast action bonuses. What I'm doing for the first 3 that pay in full, you guys are going to get either one of the 3 options. One is an iPad. All right. The second is you get to be a podcast guest. Our podcast has over 11,000 subs. You guys are going to get that option. All right. The third is you get a one-on-one 30-minute fast track virtual strategy session with me, where we deep dive into what you got going on or what you're looking to get going on, and we getting you going fast. All right. Now, for the top 5 of y'all, all right, first 5, not only that, but you guys, we're doing a private dinner. All right, we're doing our private dinner at our in-person event in about 2 weeks, August 15th. All right, so you guys get access to the private dinner. If for whatever reason you can't make this one, at our next event, you'll be able to do that. All right. The price, all right, of the whole program, y'all, it's not going to be $20,000. It's not going to be $15,000, y'all. Well over $15,000 worth of value. Both my programs I sell separately for typically $8,000. You guys aren't even going to spend $10,000 for both programs. It's not even going to be $7,500. Y'all, this is probably the lowest I've ever done my program. All right, we're in a season of impact. You guys are going to be able to get both of my programs for only $4,997, y'all. Only $4,997, y'all. One funding client gets you your money back. One. Think about it. You run a SoFi play, you get a $50,000 for your client, you get paid out in 2 days. That's your investment. You have the skill for the rest of your life. All right. Today, the only thing you have to do today is secure your deposit. Your deposit is a $500 non-refundable deposit. I will never take your money and not give you anything in return. With that being said, once you put down your deposit, you will get access to my course that is over $2,500 worth of value. My course. All right. Once you put down your deposit, you get on the phone with the team. What the team is going to do is they're going to work out 3 options. Everyone listening? You have pay in full. You have financing. We have financing companies that will finance you with as low as a $580. All you got to do is put down your deposit, get on the phone, and our team is going to walk you through all of our financing companies to see what we can get you. We're going to do everything in our power to help you, to serve you, to be able to impact you. Then the last option we have is in-house payment plans, y'all. All right, so we have all 3. There's no excuse why everyone can't give themselves an opportunity to be able to lock in. What I just did, what the team is going to do is drop the link to join. Once you guys are in, say I'm in. There are only 27 opportunities this cohort. The reason we're doing it like this is because we want to make sure that we can serve you all at the highest level. All right, at the highest level. Someone said, what if you don't have the deposit? If you don't have the deposit, and the deposit is the difference between where you are and where you want to be, you simply go find the deposit. See, we go get the things that we want that are important enough to us in life, right? So if you don't have the deposit, then we go out and we find the deposit. All right, we do what we have to do so that we can get to where we want to get to, y'all. I told you yesterday, I said, I can't afford it simply means it's not important enough to me. I treat my success like it's the most important thing to me. So I go out and I make it happen. When I didn't have it, I found a way. Because here's what I know about life. We're going to find a way or we're going to find an excuse. We can never have both. Us, the expectators, the people who expect, you have to find a way, right? You have to find a way. But what I will tell you is, don't let $500 get in the way between you and your greatness. Don't let $500 get in the way between you and your greatness, all right? Someone said, how does in-house payment plan work? The team will break all of that down on the phone, but what they're going to do is they're going to do everything in their power to set you up a payment plan, all right? Someone said, use a firm. Yes, you can use a firm as well. We have lots of financing opportunities. The only thing you got to do today is secure your deposit. Once you secure your deposit, the team is going to make sure we walk you through all of the different opportunities you have, all right, to be able to get financed. Correct. What I also want to do is make sure I answer any questions that you all have regarding the program, the times, anything like that. I want to make sure I get y'all right. All right. So someone said, wait, when you say both programs, what are included? Clarifying. Absolutely. I'll walk you through it again. I got you. All right. So what you're going to get is access to my funding program, where I show you how to get access to $50,000 to $250,000 in funding. We show you the exact blueprint. All right. Not only do you get information, you get an accountability coach. We have live mastermind calls. We have in-person event coming up, right? You get my scripts, my legal documents, my process. All right. But you guys also get my digital product mastermind. We sell this separately for typically $8,000. I'm giving you all literally two programs for less than the price of one. All right, where you guys are gonna learn digital products, content creation, how to sell, how to attract your ideal leads, and how to be able to do what you need to do to get to the money, to get access to the money, and then flip the money. All right, good. Honestly, I'm ready to lock in. $500 is the deposit amount, correct? Yes. Yep. 500 is the deposit amount, correct. Like I said, once you guys put down your deposit, you guys get access to our course. My course is valued at over $2,500 alone. You guys get access to that. Everything we've done to accumulate over $7 million in the last 4 years, I package in these two programs. All right. So you guys, there's no reason that you can't make money. There's no reason. Now, let me be very clear who this is for. This is for, congratulations, Eugene. I see 5 of y'all already. Congratulations to y'all. I'll call y'all out in a sec. This is for the people who are serious and not curious. So what I'm telling you is, understand this whole week, I don't sell get rich quick, this ain't that, and that is not this. I sell work. You're going to do some work. With that being said, everything gets easier as you get better, right? You have to commit to the process, though. So if you're a person you're looking for get rich overnight, this might not be for you. If you're a person who's not going to do the work, it might not be for you. If you're a person who's not committed to your excellence and showing up for you, this might not be for you. But if you are that person who's looking to change your life, guess what? This is for you. If you are the person who's going to show up and do the work, this is for you. If you are that person who remembers your why and you're going to do what you have to do, this is for you. It doesn't take a lot, but it does take for you to be consistent, just like any business does. All right? Someone said, when is the deposit deadline for this cohort? It's as soon as the 27 spots are gone, they are gone. The team just sent me a link. 5 of them, 6 now are already gone. So that means that there is 21 left. Someone said, is funding guaranteed? Here's what I'll tell you. If you show up, all right, and you do the work, all right, and you're on every call, and you are doing the work, what I would say is, all right, we're going to do either you get access to $25,000 in funding, or you fund one client, or we'll work with you for free until you do. All right? We'll work with you for free. But let me be very clear. Let me be very clear. You must show up to every call. You must be doing the work. All right? You must have proof of process. And if you do that, I 100% don't have a problem continuing to coach you. 100%. Because I know if you do the work, there's no way you don't get the result. I know if you show up, there's no way you don't get the result. See, we got to realize the only thing that works is work. When I said earlier in the week, the only thing that works is work, I meant that. You have to continuously do the work to continue to make the money, though. Is there a limit to the mentorship, 1 year or forever? So when you get on, it's a 3-month program, but what will happen, John, is when y'all get on the phone with the team, they will talk about a 6-month option for those of y'all that want to upgrade, and that is even more discounted if you want, right? The reason I do it 3 months, because I want you to know you don't need a lot of time to make a lot of money. I want y'all coming in fast. I've had people come in the program, and then within a week and a half, they're making money. I've had people, it might take them 3 months. I've had people come in second day, they're making money, right? So it all is in your level of execution, all right? But what I would tell you is, yes, you will have that opportunity, John, once you secure your deposit and get on the phone, all right? Congratulations, Maxine. I see you just came through as well. Congratulations, Devin Davis. Congratulations, Eugene Palmer. Congratulations, Brooks Townsend Jr. Congratulations, Brian Hatcher. Congratulations. All right, we got 8 gone so far. Now, what other questions do we have? Do we get full access after the deposit? Great question, Eric. What you do get is you get full access to my course, all right, when you put down your deposit, all right? Once you get on the phone with the team, all right, they're going to walk you through, and once you make your first payment towards the mentorship, then you get full access to the mentorship portal. Yes, all right? Great question. Yep, absolutely. You guys, some of y'all, you go get access to the portal as soon as tonight. I want y'all lock it in, get into it ASAP. My goal is to help you make as much money as you can as fast as possible. With that being said, it requires work. All right. What platform, school, or something else? We host ours in Go High Level. We host ours in Go High Level, our course material, the mentorship portal. We have a whole student hub, and then we host one of our actual community in Telegram. I'm thinking about going back to school, but right now that's where we are at. All right. Where my expectators at? All right. My expectators, y'all, listen. Some of you right now, you're doing that thing again. You're worried about costs, and I get it. I've been where you're at. My first mentorship, I was in a room just like this. It wasn't a 3-day, but I was in a room just like this. And I remember this guy. He had tattoos, right? Named Runway Billionaire. He made an offer at the end. It was $10,000. And I remember sitting there, like a lot of us, like, this dude's asking me for $10,000. Is he crazy? I'm from a place where that wasn't normal. So I remember sitting there watching other people invest their money. And I remember smirking. He just got them. They just got. They crazy. Ha, won't be me. So I start stalking the people on Instagram that bought. Because I'm from a place where it was so foreign. It was like, what? So I started stalking the two people. One of them, he did a car carrier business. And one of them, she was teaching digital products. And the dude, first month, he had posted his monthly receipts. It was like $4,200 he made. Her, she had made like $2,200. So I'm like, all right, cool, nothing to brag about. Okay, they made money though. Second month, I see him. He made $14,382. And she had made $6,700. This is month 2. The third month, I'm stalking him. I'm being nosy. I'm not gonna lie. I was a spectator. I was watching people from the sideline. So the third month, he posted he made $27,500 and some change. And at that moment, I'm like, damn. She had posted she had made like $17,000 and some change. I forget the exact number. And I remember thinking to myself, instead of watching them, I could have been the person that was getting money with them. Now, when I went back to the dude, I DM'd him. I said, listen, I'm ready to lock in. You know what he told me? He said, you can. He said, yesterday's price is not today's price, with a smiley emoji. I said, what do you mean? How much is the price? He said, the price is now $15,000. Originally, it was $10,000. Now the price was $15,000. How much did it cost me to wait? No, it didn't cost me $5K. No, see, you thought it cost me $5K. That dude had made over $60,000 in 3 months. That girl had made over $35,000 in 3 months. It cost me over $100,000 because I wanted to procrastinate. But what we don't realize is the longer we delay the work, the longer we delay the blessings. It didn't cost me $5K. It cost me 3 months of staying in the same place. It cost me 3 months of being stagnant. It cost me 3 months of frustrated. It cost me 3 months because what? I wasn't being obedient to who I was supposed to be. I wasn't operating in faith. I thought they was the fools. Whole time, I was the fool. I was the spectator and the procrastinator. It always costs more to wait, y'all. Always. Some of you here, you're like, well, I need to wait till I'm in a perfect position. I need to wait till the kids go back to school next month. I need to wait till it's New Year. No, you don't. You've been waiting too long. You've been waiting your whole life. Some of us, we've been waiting 5 years. 5 years. New year, new me. Ain't nothing new if nothing's new. If the information in the environment isn't new, the pockets can't be new. Nothing grows new unless you decide to become someone new. It always costs more to wait, y'all. I take my family on a trip every summer, right? That's their gift that they get. We're going to Belize. Y'all, I was supposed to book the flight 2 months ago. For 5 of us, it was like $2,400. I finally booked the flight earlier last week, y'all. It cost over $8,800. It cost me more to wait. It cost me 4x. 4x. Some of y'all, you've been waiting your whole lives. You wait, you ask for the opportunity. When the opportunity comes, you pass the opportunity by. Here's the reality. What you've done this week is you've prepared. I told y'all this week was about preparation. But after you prepare, it's about implementation. Like when Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant, when they prepare in the offseason, they don't work. They don't work with Phil Jackson during the offseason. They work with him in the end season. You know who they work with in the offseason? They work with Tim Grover, another coach. Another coach. He coaches them in the offseason. But Phil's job is to make sure that they execute and implement. Why? Because all the preparation in the world without the implementation plan is useless, y'all. Some of y'all, you're in a place right now where you know it's your time. You know it's your season. And it's you versus you. You asking yourself, should I, shouldn't I? Should I, shouldn't I? Should I, shouldn't I? Well, hell, what I tell you is this. I want you to think about it like this. What's the worst thing that happens to me and the best thing that happens to me? And when you figure those two things out, your life changes. The worst thing that happens is you go back to where you are right now. That's the worst case scenario. You know the best case scenario? You change your life for the rest of your life. You know the best case scenario? Your tomorrow looks different from today. You know the best case scenario? You don't have to worry about bills. You know how good it feels? Hell, I don't even love talking about the money. I love talking about the freedom. How many of y'all really want like freedom? Like you tired of just surviving. You're ready to be able to do what you want to do when you want to do it. There's no better feeling than that. I did an interview on a podcast. The dude was like, hey, you know, how does it feel to be making our money? I said, the money is cool, but you know what's real good? I used to have to every single day worry about how am I going to eat? How is this bill going to get paid? How? Yeah, fellas, you ever been on a date? You at the table, and the woman you with, she eating good, she having drinks, and now you start calculating how much it's gonna cost. Yo, I used to have to go to the bathroom to ask one of my boys to cash at me till Friday. I didn't like that feeling. I made a decision that my life wasn't gonna look the same in a year from now, in 2 years from now. So when you think about a program, I don't want you to think mentorship. I want you to think a new life. I want you to think, what will life look like when I actually have the ability to do what I want? Freedom. That's what we want. We want two things. We want freedom and we want speed. Congratulations, Eric. Congratulations, Yolanda. Congratulations, Esmond Anthony. Y'all have just chosen freedom. You chose to go from a spectator to an ex-spectator. Good. Let me show y'all someone. Any questions y'all got too? Drop your questions in the chat. I want to show y'all. I want to show y'all real receipts. I know that's a big part. This is Cedric, y'all. This is Cedric. Cedric came to me. He had already tried to do the funding thing on his own, but he just didn't have clarity. And sometimes I tell you, the reason I'm telling you is because some people in our lives, some of you right now, you're saying, I feel like I can just figure this out on my own, right? And I'm not the person who tells you you can't. What I'm telling you is, there are people who always scream, I'm so close, I can just do it. So close is still so far. Me and one of my good friends, when we first got into this whole mentorship thing, and y'all, we had a decision to make. He was on me on that class. When I had to pay $15,000 later, he said, bro, we could just figure this out on our own. I'm so close. We already got the pieces moving. I said, okay, well, bro, I'm ready to go all in because I feel like we've been so close for the last 6 months. Like, I'm tired of being so close. I want to actually win. I want to actually get across the finish race. Yo, he came up to me a year and a half ago. He said, damn, I wish I would have bet on myself just like you did that day. I wish I would have taken that same chance you did. He said, I see you writing books now. I see you coaching people all over the world. The difference between us, he's actually way smarter than me. That's still my brother to this day. It's still my guy to this day. But I tell him, I say, you have to pay. You have to pay. Why? Because I know what happens when you don't pay. When you don't pay attention. People who pay, they pay attention. When you are vested in something, like when you put your sweat equity into something, when you put your money into something, when you put your time into something, what do? You take it serious. The only difference between me and him is 3 years ago, one decision. That's the only difference. I don't want you to be the person on here, well, man, I'm so close. And next year you come back on this call, I'm so close. And the year after, you on this call, I'm so close. Sandra said, what time are the classes again? Typically, they're either 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. Great question. So, yep, 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. Eastern are typically the times of our classes. All right. Eric said, oh, man, let's go. Congratulations, family. Eric, let me know in the chat, what is the reason that you decided to go all in on you? John said, is the space flooded? How do we differentiate ourselves? Great question. Great question, John. To answer that, I would say I do not believe in saturation. Let me tell you why. Nine times out of 10, any industry that's saturated is for a reason. Y'all know why funding is saturated? Because everyone needs it. Y'all, there can be 1,000 of us on this call, And everyone can do funding, and everyone can go out and make a whole lot of money. Why? Because you are in the number one thing that people need. The average American has less than $1,000 in their bank account. Do you not think that people will do anything to be able to get access to capital? So when you go to these people and you say, I have the ability to help you solve your money problem, you are always in demand. There is no time where you're not in demand. No time. So yes, there are a lot of people in it, but yes, there's a lot of money to be made. So I want y'all to start running towards saturation. All right. Can I afterpay the 500? If it has the opportunity in there, then you 100% can. All right. 100% can. All right. Okay. Then what that means is if the option's not in there right now, that means you have to do the $500, and then you'll be able to finance the rest, to afterpay the rest. All right. What are the days in the time? Okay, answered that one. Got you. All right, cool. Some commonly asked questions that I know y'all be having. All right. Time and day we already broke down. How long will it take me to get the results? What I tell people is everyone will be different. Some of you all can be a week. Some of you all can be a month. Some of you all can be 2 months. Some of you all, it might take the whole 3 months. It all depends on your level of execution, right? What if I'm new in the industry? What if I've never started this industry? I have people, actually I'm gonna show y'all people. I have people who have come to me and have never been in the industry at all. They start and they made $1 million in their first year, literally. I'm talking about going from corporate America to $1 million in their first year. I've had people who come to me, no experience, they go from $0 to $80,000 in their first year. They're still happy. I have people who work 9 to 5s and do funding part-time and make an extra $50,000 to $60,000 a year. If a person is working corporate or working corporate America, they're making $50,000 a year, and you come in, you get a skill that makes you an extra $50,000. Do you not think that person is happy? You're now in that 6-figure bracket. You now have more freedom. You now get the ability to do what you want to do, y'all. This is Cedric. Let me show y'all Cedric. Cedric came to me. He had already let me make sure the sound is. He had already tried funding on his own, right? He had already tried it. Couldn't quite crack the code, y'all. One client, 11K.
So I got a few wins. I got that client 30K with Wells Fargo. We're working on trying to get some more financing. I had like 5 soft approvals with Truist, and I know they usually give out like 8 to 17,000 on the personal side.
Yes.
But so far I got them at 40. I got another win with a client. The purchase price was $499. We talked the sellers down to $45,000. It appraised for $960,000. So she's walking in with $1 million in equity.
Hey, let's go. So win.
I get 2% of the commission. After the down payment, it's almost like a $7,000 commission. So I'm waiting to close that. So I definitely appreciate this group, man.
Yes, sir. Hey, proud of you, bro.
Yo, Cedric is an ordinary person. Cedric doesn't have a big, let me show you his social media. See, Cedric don't even utilize the social media. He got 475 followers. Some of y'all got more followers than him. All he's doing is he's running the play. He's running the strategic partnership play. He's running the affiliate play, and he's getting busy. He's posting sometimes. He's had $20,000 months. What is your excuse? When Cedric joined the program transparently, Cedric paid his last to get in. Best decision he made. Why? Because now he has more freedom. Some of y'all, you're looking for a way out, but you have to be willing to put in the work. The only way out is through. The only way out of your situation is through your situation. You have to grow through what you go through. Growing through what you go through means you have to sacrifice some things. You have to. The only way you level up, the only way you're going to get more is if you produce more. The way you get more income is by putting in more inputs. That's all he did. He showed up as a person who had attempted it before. He was frustrated with trying to figure it out on his own. He said, you know what? I'm going to utilize the thinking that outthinks me. Listen, let me tell you what coaching is and what it isn't. What all coaching is in a nutshell is you being able to borrow my confidence as you're developing your own. That's all. I got people that leave me, and it's so dope. I go to events. I see them speaking on stages now. Y'all, I've coached some of your favorite influencers online. They've come through the program. Now they're making millions of dollars helping people all over the world. Why? But the greatest thing I can give them is confidence. Here's the reality. If you don't join, what's going to happen is you're going to see someone like Gabriel Summerford. Congratulations, Gabriel. You're going to see Joshua. Congratulations, Josh. Eric, Esmond. And you're going to be on their call next year. and you're gonna have to take their program because they're gonna be balling because they went all in on their dreams and their goals. That's the reality. It's like I tell people in life this: you're always gonna pay. We're gonna pay in time, we're gonna pay in frustration, or you pay the invoice. That's it. Guess which one's the cheapest? Guess which one's the cheap? You're gonna pay in time, you're gonna pay in frustration, or you're gonna pay the invoice. Which one do you believe is the cheapest? Y'all, the cheapest one is the invoice. The cheapest one is the invoice. Why? The reason the invoice is the cheapest one is because it gets you there the fastest. It's the blueprint. Frustration costs way too much. 6 years of 6 failed businesses, it cost me way too much trying to figure out e-com by myself. How the heck I'd be so mad at myself for trying. I don't even know why I thought I was gonna figure it out on my own. I gotta figure out how to set up the website. Then I gotta figure out how to set up the ads. Then I gotta figure out how to set up the store. Then I gotta figure out how to set up that. Y'all, then I tried it over and over and over and over again, y'all. Then I realized there's a way. If I knew about mentorship earlier, I probably would have did that as soon as I graduated. Hey, I probably would have did that before I even got to school, right? Because the reality is this: we cannot know what we don't know. But guess what? There are people who've been to places you're looking to go that have. There's people who've experienced the experiences that you're looking to do. They have. Congratulations, Sebastian Little. Congratulations. That's 16 opportunities gone. That means there are 11 left. My question is, who's next? Put me in the chat if you know you're next. Patricia said, so did I. I invested in so many skills. Skills pay the bills. Skills pay the bills. Yeah, I've been through $327,000 in mentorship. That's how much I spent. 300 in the last 60, probably 65 days alone. I spent over 30. Why? Because there was a bottleneck in my business, and it was frustrating me. So I had a choice to keep trying to figure it out, or to just pay the invoice. The gap between me and where I wanted to be, I like to tell my people my dreams. My goal is we're looking to get to 8 figures next year. 8 figures. That means $10 million a year, right? Last year we did 3.5. That means there's a gap. All right. This year we'll do better, but we're not quite on pace to hit the goal I want. The reason we're not hitting the goal I want because there's something in my business that is not moving the way I need it to move. So I have 2 choices. I can continue to try to figure out on my own and probably never get there, or get there a couple years, or I could have paid the invoices I paid to be able to help me get there faster, y'all. That's it. It says in the good book, my people are destroyed because they do not learn. You have to learn if you want to earn. You have to plant a seed for something to harvest. Everyone talks about sowing a seed, but you have to plant a seed in order for it to grow. Some of y'all, you got flowers and plants in the house. What happens if you don't water or plant those flowers? What happens? What happens? Do I need to apply again? I didn't stay yesterday. Patricia, the only thing you got to do is you just got to put down the deposit. And then once you put down the deposit of $500, then you'll get on the calendar with a team member, and they will walk you through the rest of the process. So that link that the team just dropped to you. Who have you mentored that we know? A lot of people. Y'all might know J Matt P. He's one of the biggest in the funding game now. Ali, one of the biggest in the credit repair game now. Real Melanin King on IG, over 7 million followers. He had $316,000 day. Mentored him. Joy Hunt, Cassandra. We've coached a lot of people. We've coached a lot of people. I've coached over 2,500 people now. We've helped over 200 people make 6 or 7 figures. We've helped over 8 people in the last 12 months have $1 million years. You pick the niche, I help you get rich. It's that simple. But 2 things you have to do. You have to commit, and you have to be someone who's going to execute. I don't never want to sell no one on, well, you just pay me and voila, this ain't that and that isn't this. All those people have this one thing in common. They do the work and they move with speed. Like some of us, we're still contemplating. Do I go all in on myself? And that's why you need a coach. You know what a coach does? Some of y'all, you at the top of that diving board. You've ever been high diving? You at the top of the diving board, and you get to the top. You look down at the water. And every time you look down at that water, you trick yourself at your spot. You walk right back, you walk down the stairs, and you never get that experience. You need a coach because a coach's job is to push your ass off the ledge so that you can go live to your dream life. That's the reality. That's the reality. My job is to push you off that diving board so you can go experience what life will be like. Because when you leave here, what do? We go back to who we were. We go back to our level of thinking. We go back to stinking thinking. For some of us, I said it, for some of us, the enemy is the inner me. Oh, it's not going to work. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I got the time. You don't know if you have the time. Listen, you don't have the time not to learn how to become financially free. Y'all, there's something called inflation. Life gets more and more expensive. Latonya said, I don't want to be mediocre. Listen, you won't be. Here's what I tell you. If you are on this call, this is not coincidence. If you are on this call, this is confirmation. You're right where you're supposed to be. You're right where you're supposed to be at the very. I don't believe in coincidence. I believe all of y'all who chose to come out this weekend and spend your weekend learning some information that could change your life for the rest of your life. This is confirmation. You're where you're supposed to be. Now you have the hard decision though. Because most people, what they do is they do things when they're convenient. How about doing things when they're not convenient? That's what's scary. But that's what makes entrepreneurship entrepreneurs. The reason we've been able to grow is because I understand when things get scary, like when I get an inclination in my body or my mind, like should I, it's uncomfortable. I always go with what's uncomfortable because I understand everything great comes on the other side of uncomfort. Everything great comes on the other side of uncomfort. Think about every decision you've made in your life up to this point. One of my favorite quotes, one of my favorite sayings, if you do in life what's easy, life will always be hard. If you do in life what's hard, life will always be easy. It's easy to show up when you feel like it. It's easy to say, I'm going to keep doing what hasn't been working. It's easy to say, I'm going to listen to the people around me who aren't in the places I want to go. That's easy. But if you do those things, life, the outcome, the freedom, those will be hard to obtain because you train your mind and your body to only know what's easy. To only know what's easy. But if I do hard things, like I'll be honest with y'all. The reason I'm here, so I don't know if you know, I played Division I football. And when I tell you, football gave me such a head start in this thing. And the reason why I realize now is because just being transparent. Most people outside of the military or athletes, when they go to real life, they're lazy. So when I got here, I was able to skip the line because I was doing hard things. 6 a.m. workouts, 9 a.m. pre-practice, 10 a.m. class, 4 classes back to back, pre-practice film, practice, post-practice film, mandatory study hall unless you had a B+ average, and then go out and try to be a regular human and do it all over again 365 days out the year. I did what was hard, so when I came out to real life, life was easy. I used to say, God, why I didn't get to the league? I know now. It was to prepare for what I wanted post-football. It was to prepare for life, prepare for entrepreneurship. It's easy because I chose to do hard things, y'all. You have to choose hard if you want your life to be easy. You have to. The only way out is through. You cannot skip the process. You cannot. Don't work hard. Someone said, don't work hard. Work smart. If my mental, I'm prepared 100%. You know what's even better? When you work smart and you work hard. When you work smart and you work hard, that's the best combination. Best combination, right? But I want y'all to start thinking about what that future will look like. Some of y'all imagine 90 days from now, you in a different place, different bank account, different situation, different school for your kids, different mood going into the New Year's. What does that look like? What does that feel like? How does it feel to go into the new year and say, new year, new me, and really mean it? That's a different type of feeling. I've been there. I've been where it's at. I know it's frustrating. I've been in a place, y'all, I've been broke, busted, and disgusted, and it wasn't nothing funny. And they had jokes, but now nothing's funny. Why? Because I took a chance on me. I'm telling you, some of y'all about to walk into a season where you're going to be unrecognizable. The people around you, the people who, when you go into this journey, they're going to be saying, oh, all you do is talk about that credit. All you do is talk about that funding. All you do is talk about that business. They're going to say, well, why I never see you at the club? You're going to say, well, why I never see you at the bank? We are not the same. Some of y'all about to walk into that season. You're about to walk into a season where people are going to say, well, why are you doing that? And 6 months later, they're going to say, well, how are you doing that? All because you took a chance on you. All because you bet on you. Marquita said, I came back because I needed more. Sacrifice now for what you want later. 100%. Marquita's been through the program already. She just came back a second time because she understands the value of being around the fire. She understands the environment. She understands that there's some times that we just need people around us who can push us. Right? Someone said, the truth, these mentorships are all over on social media. My head is spinning. Why pick you? How do I know you're the right one? I'm the right one if you like receipts. I'll be honest. You could do your homework. There's no one who has more receipts than me. Go check my page. I post a receipt damn near every day. You can't fake that many receipts. So what I tell you is, there's no one who's giving out more awards than me. See them awards in the back? We got an event coming up. Y'all gonna be at the award. We giving out another 7 to 8, 6 or 7 figure plaques. I'm giving out plaques for $100,000 days. So why pick me? Because I have proven results. Success has receipts. Success has receipts. Right? Success. Actually, let me show y'all more since we went into it. All right. Any other questions y'all got? Drop them. Any ones y'all got? Drop them. All right. This is my guy right here, Alex. $50,000 in 30 days. Alex.
Some wins, bro. I've been getting a couple of people funded. I hit 32,
Okay.
and then, all right. So I'm gonna show you because I pulled it up, so that way you don't see that I'm lying. I always bring the receipts, bro. I hate lying.
do.
So
You do.
hold on. All right. So July 1st, right there. You can see it's not a screenshot.
Yep.
I missed it by a day, bro.
So you would have had it. That's crazy.
I would have had it. I would have had it.
If it's 50K in 30 days, you know,
Nah.
hey, take it. But this month we're gonna clear within the 30 days. But congratulations, 50,000 in 30 days. That's
Thank you, bro.
I love that for you, bro.
And another win. I'm working on my school community, so that's gonna be some monthly.
Alex, y'all, $50,000. Alex is just like you. Alex, he's an ordinary person who decided to become extraordinary because he took a chance on himself. That's it. He's an ordinary person who became extraordinary from taking an opportunity to bet on himself. When Alex came to me, he had what? Just like a lot. He had consumed a lot of my YouTube content. He finally said, listen, I'm doing good right now. He said off my free game, he got 20,000. He said, I'm ready to be great. I said, if you're ready to be great, you simply have to do something that you've never done before. You have to do something you've never done before to get somewhere you've never been before. That's why it's called the 1%. That's why it's called the 1%. That's it. Because when you're part of the 1%, you're willing to do what everyone else is not. That's why if you ever been hiking, you ever been on a mountain, what happens at the bottom is very wide. As you start to go up, it gets smaller and smaller and smaller. Everyone can't go because everyone's not willing to do what's required. Everyone, same reason the Toyota got 5 seats, the Lamborghini got 2. Everyone can't go. My question is, which one of you ex-spectators are going to be the one that goes? If you know you're ready to go and you're ready to go all in so that one day you can be balling, just put me in the chat. And if you haven't locked in your spot, what I want you to do is I want to answer your question for what is holding you back, because the last thing I want you to do is I don't want you to leave here and go back to who you used to be. I don't want that for you. I don't want that for you. I want you to continue to keep this momentum going. So you could be the next Alex. So you could be the next Cedric. So you could be the next Dominique. Listen, Dominique is over 55 years old. What is your excuse? Some of y'all in here, you think, oh, maybe I'm too old. Listen to Dominique.
I want to thank you, man. I want to be the first to thank you. You're pushing me. Well, that last conversation we had at the last event.
Yes.
I stayed down. I finally got my first funding client. Got him 37,000. It's on the way today.
Let's go. That's what's up. But I tell you, stay down, you're gonna come up, man.
When he came to me, he didn't have no LLC, so I helped him set up the LLC, all of that. So we stepping it on right along the way. I was doing my research, making sure I could get get him in the right sequence for what he had on his profile. Today, I literally just signed a couple hours ago the contract for them to send the money to him.
Yeah.
I want to thank you, man. I want to be the first to thank you.
What is your excuse? There's no excuse. It doesn't matter. Age, how young you are, how old you are, what your situation is, what your job is. Y'all, anybody can get into this industry and make money, y'all. You sell money. And even if you're here because you have a business, you need to scale, guess what? You need capital. So either you're joining because you need capital, or you're ready to start making some extra money. But regardless, you have to get to a place where you position yourself to be in a place where nobody can dictate your future but you, y'all. I remember counting on people to try to help me help my. Listen, I learned early, nobody's coming to save us. We have to save ourselves. Nobody is. Everybody in life. I understand. Some of you are. I see, and I got you. Some of you on here saying, "Man, If I had the money, I would. Let me ask you this, and it's for you, not for me. If you found out that today's what, Sunday, that by Tuesday you had to come up with $5,000 to go help your cousin out get out the hospital, what would you do for it? What would you do? What would you do? What would you do? You would do whatever it took. Why? Because it's simply important enough to you. What I'm telling you is you have to treat your level of change like that. Everyone talks about breaking generational curses and creating generational wealth, but that only happens through learning generational habits, passing down generational habits. As a man thinketh, he becometh, but he must put himself in a position to be that environment for things to change, y'all. My guy Maurice in the building. Maurice said, I'll vouch for him. I made my money back from the mentorship in 30 days. Maurice, didn't you just get one of your clients funded? I seen in the group. If so, drop how much you got your client funded. I seen it in the MFM group. Y'all, Maurice, another person, $54,000. Maurice just made $5,400. Maurice, you mind if I bring you up? I feel like people need to hear from someone other than me. All right. By the way, it's 19 spots gone. All right. That means that there are 8 left. 8 left. What's going on, family? How you feeling, bro?
What up, coach?
Man, good to see you, brother. Listen, I see you in the group the other day, and I meant to hit you up about it. $54,000 for a client funded. We got a lot of people in this room that are newer to the industry. I know when you joined, you were newer to the industry. What I want you to do is just talk to them about, number one, what has your experience been like? But number two, why the funding industry you believe is the best industry to be in?
Okay. Well, my experience, of course, I got into the 6-month mentorship. And like I said just now, I dropped $15K for the mentorship. He's asking y'all for 5. Like, come on. So, like, and the thing is I'm like a lot of you, I know it already. I emptied the clip. I sent Coach a voice message. Like, hey man, I emptied the clip. Like, I don't have money for ads. I don't have money for that. Like, I emptied the clip just to get in the room.
Mm.
But 30 days later, I get funded 168,000. Boom, get that money back. Last week, 54,000. I got another guy. I got 2 guys in there now trying to get back 250,000. So now the paydays are starting to like multiply.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? They're starting to kind of go a little bit higher because the word is out. Getting into communities, running those community plays, get into the spaces with the people who need what you offer. Right. The reason why I feel like the funding business is probably the number one business to be in is because everybody needs money. And if for you credit repair people, like, you got to be able to offer this as a service, or you got to be able to partner with somebody who does.
Facts.
So good. Because you got those people right there. Their situation. Their credit was jacked up. Now they're in a position. So it's an easy play for you to just say, okay, boom, let me get you this money now, and show them how to do it the right way.
So good. I appreciate you sharing that, bro. And transparently, right? I love to always tell people both sides. Like Maurice, when he came in, Maurice is someone I knew he was going to be good. The only thing I told Maurice, and I'm going to tell y'all, is the first one, right? Like the first one. Because a lot of time what we do is we might overthink. But once he took off, he took off. Once he took off, It's like everything. You just need the confidence. The first one is just because now we're thinking, oh, what do I do? Once he got it, y'all. It doesn't have to take long. It doesn't take forever. It just takes one. So Maurice, to you, I want to say, bro, congratulations, man. Keep being great. I expect $20,000 this month, bro. Let's go crazy.
Me too. 25.
Yes, sir. Let's get it. Let's get it. Hey, man. And the beautiful thing is about the reason I love coaching is because you get to see people when they come in at just zero, starting out, all the way to getting to that point where now he feeling confident. Like Maurice wasn't that confident at first. He was ready to work. He showed up hungry. He was coachable. But the confidence thing. But once you get one, it's a wrap. I'm telling y'all, for some of y'all going to be out here next time I do something like this. You're going to be popping your stuff, talking about the money you're making, right? But it all starts with going all in on you. It all starts with you. Like he said, he emptied the clip. Some of y'all saying, do I don't? Well, if you want the results like he did, he had to empty the clip. it would have cost him more to keep the $15,000. It would have cost him more, right? 15,000 without the skill set, without the tool set, without the environment, it would have cost him more. But because he invested, he planted a seed, and now it's harvesting, and it's forever going to be able to harvest because of one skill that he learned. It ain't even been 6 months now. Ain't even been 6 months. All right. Someone said we could be like Darius and make if I have faith in myself. Hey, faith, yeah, that's another skill. I'm gonna teach y'all digital products and services. Some of y'all, you want to do your webinar, you want to learn how to sell your products and services. 100%. 100%. I don't know if Wealth Now was trying to be funny or he was serious, but 100%. I'll keep it 100. 100%. I'm not the coach who caps you down. I'll tell you what it is. I make a lot of money both ways, funding and teaching. 100%. But I'm qualified to teach. Qualified to teach because I've done what I've done. So 100% you are correct. All right, you're gonna get all these skills, right? Skill sets, skills pay the bills. That's the reality. All right. What I want to do is I want to call up some of you all who did put in your deposit just to talk to you and ask you all why you all went all in on yourself. Let me see who I got. Let me see who I got. Let me call up. Let me see. See if you're in here. I see Gabriel. You still in here? Let me see. Gabriel Summerford, if you're still in here, let me know. Or if not, see, let me see Joshua in here. Joshua. And some people didn't pay they deposit and got up out of here. Let me see who else. Eric, I see you. Eric, let me bring you up, my brother. I see you in here. Let me see. Okay, perfect. And well, Eric's camera's off. Let me see who else I got. Oh, dang, the list went. Whoever locked in a spot and wants to come up, just put me in the chat. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring you up. I just want to talk to you. Hey, don't be scared of the camera. I ain't gonna ask you nothing crazy. Carlos said I need a credit person. So what I would tell you is we do have a lot of credit people within the community. A lot of credit repair specialists. A lot of people, they come in because they're doing credit repair and now they want to add funding as a service. So you will have the opportunity to be around that environment the whole time. Okay, I see Maxine. Let me call Maxine up. Maxine said, "Yeah, I'm in there." Let me see. How you doing today, Maxine?
Fine, you?
Good, good. Question: what made you commit to say I'm gonna go all in on me and take advantage of the opportunity?
Kind of like after speaking with your rep last night and hearing her testimony, she kind of like actually has done what I want to do. Janisa, I think her name is, or Jerisa.
Oh, Jerissa. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, Jerissa.
Yeah.
And the funding has been my biggest holdup in a lot of business moves that I need to make. So, and then just the idea with me being in accounting and finance, I really do understand the whole concept package from not just the personal credit perspective, but how it rolls up and plays out in the business perspective.
Makes sense.
You know, and outside of that, I really wanted to get into like real estate development. I wanted to do a couple of low income housing projects because you know the pricing nowadays is just ridiculous.
Facts.
And you know, being single and not having children, I see how little is available for people like us and things like that. So I want to kind of curate like actual financial systems and opportunities for people overall, from housing to their financial things. So I just need the opportunity from a funding and capital perspective to do it. So that's why I'm like, I need to go in and listening to, like I said, the rep last night, some of the people you were talking about today. I'm just like, I might as well just go ahead and do it.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I say congratulations. And yes, you being in the industries you're in, accounting, in the financial industry, all this does is just makes your company stronger, right? Like a lot of people we coach, they come in and they're in financial industries, but it's like if we're just adding on the funding as a service, and even like you can start adding like business structure as an additional service, right?
It
Shelf
can
corps,
be.
there's so many opportunities. So I'm super,
'Cause I
super
definitely
excited
know
for
how to
you.
structure that stuff. Like I do, I
Exactly.
understand it from the LLC to the S Corp to the
I
C
love it.
Corp, you know, different things like that. So
I
I'll
love it.
definitely say that. Cause like I was telling Jerissa last night, one of the other things I was thinking about, I always wanted to do is do like boutique hotels and things like that. And she was saying that that's what she's doing and
Fire.
stuff like that, you know. So accounting and finance, like I could do that with my sleep, you know.
Yeah.
So, but real estate, I do want to create some space and opportunity for my self. So, and
Opportunity.
funding has been the biggest holdup, to be
Hold back.
completely honest with you.
Okay.
So,
I'm excited for you. We're gonna get this bag so you could be able to open up those opportunities. I'm excited for you. Congratulations. Welcome to the
thank
family.
you.
You're welcome. Let's go. Let's go. And when we talk about opportunity, like I want y'all to think, what is that gap? Like Maxine's already identified the gap. A lot of times we have to identify what is the gap from what I do for what I want to do. Like when I first started, the gap was I keep starting these businesses, but I don't have the money to do anything I need to do outside of start. Right. And what happens is nobody tells you these things online. People talk about the business and they talk about all the outcomes, but no one tells you that without the money, it's hard to grow. Whether you're in real estate, whether you're starting a digital business, whether you're starting a brick and mortar, whether you're starting a service, the idea always seems great, but the idea without the execution is, what are we doing? No matter what you do, there's a point where you need funding. And guess what? Because you need funding, that means other entrepreneurs funding. So now we can be able to fill that gap by being a person who helps people bridge the gap. All right? Bridge the gap. I tell people all the time, if you help people get what they want, you will get everything you want in life. That's a fact. That's a fact. All right. There's a deadline. I have no funds to get started. The deadline is just told the 27 spots gone. There's still 7 left. So I don't know if it will be tonight, tomorrow, whatever it may be. I need funding. Well, that's exactly the environment and the information and structure you'll get. All right. I want you to think about perspective, right? Like if you are someone who thinks that this seems expensive, remember, it's not always about the resources that you have right this second. It's about how resourceful you are willing to be to put yourself in a position that you actually want. Picture the version of you 12 months from now who is actually running this. Ask that version. I want you to ask that version right now, right, what they would tell you to do. Like who I am today, I think that version of me 4 years ago that took a risk. I think that version who paid that first $15,000 mentorship to be able to get here, because without that version, I couldn't be this version. So I want you to think like when I think about what I want my life to look like in the next year, in the next 2 years, in the next 5 years. Because here's the reality. We are where we are at, where we live, our bank account, our current situation is a direct reflection of what we've done the past year, all the way back to 30, 40, 50, however old you are. Where you are is a direct reflection of the decisions we have or have not made, right? But here's what's even greater. The past doesn't matter. What matters is the now, the decisions you make now, and the future you. So where you'll be at in the next 2 years, the next 5 years, the next 10 years will be a direct reflection of the decisions you make today. So my question is, what do you want that life to look like? Someone said, is this the same as yesterday's application? No, this is the actual opportunity, the deposit link, to be able to secure your deposit, to be able to get inside the program that's gonna help you get to where you're looking to get to. All right. Does anyone have any other questions? I want to make sure I get all questions answered. Makai, go ahead. I got you. Drop your question, brother. Or if you want to come on mute, I got you. Whatever question y'all got. If y'all got questions, drop it below. I want to make sure I get y'all certainty and y'all good. All right. My bad, I was in the shower. All good, bro. All good. Let me see. Eugene, I got you, brother. How you doing, Eugene?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Basically, the link that you sent,
Oh, it's a little it's like super like low. maybe the speaker. Are you covering the speaker, baby? It sounds like you might be covering the speaker.
He's in the other room.
Oh, that's why. Yeah.
Other room, though. Hold on. But can you see the link to the class? Email.
Email. Okay. Send your email. Send your email in the chat. Got you. All right. All right. I got you. You said could I email him the thing? Let me see. Oh, I got my guy Eric. What's going on, family?
Yo, what's up, family? Man, I was gonna come on earlier. I had a feeling you was gonna call me, man. I'm in the shower listening to y'all, getting inspired.
Yeah.
I'm all happy and stuff. But I just wanted to say, because you had asked earlier, you know, what made me make the decision, and what I had said was, I want to pay for the shortcut. You know, I'm tired of trying to figure things out the hard way. And the other thing, what made me take the leap is I've seen how scarcity mindset can kind of sneak up on you, and it feel like you making a wise decision. Like, I'm gonna just chill. I'm just hold on. Let me just, I gotta make sure and I have seen other people get into that trap, and
Yes.
that's just not me no more, man. And
Love that.
to own that, I gotta continue to remind. It's like being an addict. Like, you can get addicted to scarce behavior, and it feels smart. So I just
Yes.
kind of was like, let me own that's a part of my history and start doing things differently. And the other thing last thing I'll say is, I've been in rooms where it costs $100,000 to be in there.
Yeah.
And it's just different conversations, man. My life changed when I started to stretch my comfort zone and just drop the bill and be in the room, and just the relationships alone, aside from the information, the relationships alone just took me to a whole nother mindset level.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
if I think it's too costly not to have this skill set, to be honest, I don't even know if I'm gonna do the business side of it, but I know having the skill set will help my business and the groups that I'm affiliated with. And I just
love
want to
it.
have the skill set in a way that I know this is where it's at. Last thing I'll say is, I can tell I've been diving into this over the last, I say, few weeks to a month, and I've seen a lot of other courses and introductory webinars around this topic. And what made me take the leap with you, bro, is I can tell, one, that you've taught some of those teachers. I can tell. And it's very easy to tell that you have a level of integrity with what you're offering. You don't want to put people out there to make mistakes, and you're also protecting your community, which is wise. That's a trait of somebody who has been through some stuff, and you know what to look out for. So I want to go that path. You know what I mean?
I appreciate that. Yes, sir. I'm excited for you, bro. Seem like you already got it. Like, in terms of the mindset part, like when you talked about just the relationships. Like, I've made a couple $100,000 off of just relationships, like just the people you're gonna be with. So you already see it. And now it's just the technical side. I can already tell you have the foundation. So I'm super excited to coach you, bro. Let's go up. And it's that season. We locked in.
Yes, sir. Locked in. All right, peace.
Yes, sir. So he said so good. It was like, it's so easy for us to get comfortable in what we do now. And sometimes, that was so good. He said, sometimes it makes you feel like you're being smart. Sometimes we feel like we're being smart by staying the same. But it's the cost of inaction is the most costly thing in the world, because we're being tricked around other people in our environments to think, well, if they're doing it, I should do it. But I want you to look at it differently. I want you to look at your environment. I want you to actually look at the people around you. Are they where you want to be? I want you to be honest with you. I'm not talking about you now. I'm talking about the inner kid in you who dreams so big that you had limitless beings. Are they where you want to be? Do they have the house you want? Do they have the car you want? Do they live the life you want? Are they free? Do they have the ability to take a vacation without worrying about, I got to get back, so I got to get this next check? Some of us were taking business advice from people who don't have businesses. Some of us were having conversations around breaking generational curses with the generation who's still cursed. You got to make it make sense. Stop listening to people that you wouldn't trade places with. I looked at my environment and I was smart enough to say, okay, everybody around me looks the same. Not everyone's doing terrible, but no one's thriving. No one's living the life that they would have said they wanted to live as a kid. I wanted that. You have to take back that. Listen, God's blessings aren't on a budget. Some of us, we operate like just because we're surviving, it's okay. Nah, don't change that thinking. It's not about just surviving. You think God meant for you to just survive, for you to just pay your bills, for you to just be head above water? No, you're meant to thrive. But the only people who thrive are crazy enough that believe they can't. It's called faith. That's why you gotta have crazy faith. See, everybody talk about, people being crazy. You gotta have crazy faith if you want a crazy bank account. You gotta operate in a little delusion. You gotta be faithful, y'all. With that word, that video this morning was so good because I never listen to what people say. I watch what they do, because what people do tells me everything I need to know about what they actually want. It's easy to say, I'm ready to be faithful. I'm ready to go all in on me. Show me, don't tell me. Words is nothing. Your actions is everything. Some of y'all, you've been on more webinars and challenges and then you know what to do with it. Some of y'all, this your fifth one this month. You done been on more free classes than they got weeks in the month. Some of you, you're juggling too. Oh, let me pop in. Let me pop out. When you gonna get it? The key to your next level ain't the damn free class. Hello. It's an introduction to show you what's possible. It's an introduction to show you what's possible. You have to take that leap to get to the other side. Some of us professional webinarers. We professional webinarers, y'all. We watch it from the outside. When you gonna get on the inside? Like people all the time in my business, a lot of people in the front of the game, they were kind of near the top. So a lot of people, they always want to watch from the outside. They opt into the funnel. They'll look at what we got going on. Let's copy D. But the thing is, you can't get it from the outside. You can only get it from the inside, y'all. Think about it. When you go to Six Flags, or when you go to one of those amusement parks, what do you do when you want the best experience? You pay for the shortcut. I don't want to wait in no lines. I don't want to wait in the heat. I don't want the people on what to be mad. I don't want us to go through the whole dang day. We done got on 3 rides. We done drove an hour and a half, 2 hours out the way to get on 3 rides. I'm good. I'd rather go buy that fast pass that's going to get me on every ride as many times as I want. Why? Because it's getting me what I want faster. Y'all treating y'all businesses like the regular lines at the amusement parks. You're trying to figure out what do I do? How are we going to figure out what we don't know exists? Think about it. 86%. You know what that number represents? 86% represents the number of millionaires who attest their success to having a coach. 86%. That means almost 9 out of 10 attest their success directly to having someone who can give them the shortcut. That Publix that y'all go to, that Target that y'all go to, that you've been living at all year, multiple years, the reason you still put in that GPS is because you don't want to hit traffic. You don't want to. You want to avoid it. You want the shortcuts. Your business is the same thing. You want shortcuts. Business is already hard. Don't make it harder by trying to figure out how to figure it out. If I told you to build a house, right? Are you going to go on YouTube to learn to build a house? You're not. Why? Because how crazy does that sound? I'm going to build this house off of this YouTube video I just watched. If you wanted to build a house, you would go around people who are building a house. You would watch them build a house. Then eventually you would jump in, you would say, let me help with that one little piece. Then you would get a little confident. Then you would say, let me help with the foundation now. Then you get a little more confident. And you do that for a little while. Then before you know it, you might be able to build a house. But off a YouTube video, you're not going to know why, because you don't know what you don't know. Experiences are the things that are going to separate you from the old you, the new you from the old you. Experiences. All right. iPhone Brenda, I see you got a question. I got you. Bring you up. How you doing today?
I'm doing okay. I kind of left the room for a minute, even though I was on. Can you hear me?
Yes, I got you.
Okay. Yeah. So, I'm not quite sure what the mentorship is. That was me answering the question. Was it the same as the application from yesterday? So I was going to listen to the replay and then I guess make my decision.
Oh, I can break it down for you. I'll break it down.
Okay, go ahead.
Yep. I'll let me actually share it with you too. Great question. Let me see. All right, can y'all all see my screen? So throughout this mentorship, it's a 3-month mentorship. All right, you have actually a 6-month option too, right? But essentially, throughout this mentorship, you're gonna get two of my programs. All right, one is gonna be my funding mentorship, where I show you how to get access to $50,000 to $250,000 in funding. All right, I'm giving you the blueprint, everything from personal profile, business structure, best banks, best bank practices, do's and don'ts, tips and tricks, mistakes, bank sequencing, bank all inquiry removal stuff, zero best banks to start with, all of that. All right, I'm showing you how to sell high and low ticket offers, how to add funding as a service. If you want to be someone who now helps people get access to funding, you're going to be able to get the whole blueprint A through Z. All right, you also, those of y'all, you will have a one-on-one accountability coach to be able to hold you accountable, help you when you're feeling stuck, when you're feeling stagnant, when you feel like you need someone to get you over the hump, right? We have access to our community. In our community, we drop plays, we drop resources, we share, we grow together, we build together. All right, we share ideas. All right, all class replays you guys will get, class replays. On top of that, we have different type calls for different specific niches, meaning some of you all, you want to work on your sales skills. Some of you all, you want to work on content. Some of you all, you want to learn foundational stuff. There's different calls for different things. I'm going to have a call for the systems as well. Every legal doc needed, I provide you that. The contracts, the intake form, the partnership scripts, the DM scripts, the affiliate scripts, everything that I use, you guys literally get to be able to maximize. On top of that, you guys are getting Darius AI. Darius AI is a tool that will be, we're going to send to the public shortly. That'll be $1,500 a month. For that tool, you guys get completely free, where you can literally talk to me all day, 24/7, and it's almost a better version of me than me. It's based off all of the coaching and all of the business that we've done over the past 4 years. I have that. All right. Not only that, but you guys are getting access to my digital product mastermind as well, where you guys are going to learn how to create your digital products and services and how to be able to sell them. All right. We also have morning mindset calls in our program. For those of you all who love the mindset portion and you need it, and most entrepreneurs do need it. So all of that is going to be only $4,997. All right. Now today, your only deposit due is $500. When you pay your $500, you get instant access to my course, and you get on the phone with the team, and they're going to walk you through the rest of the payment for the mentorship. It's either going to be pay in full, financing. We have companies that will finance you with as low as a 580 is an opportunity that you can get financed. And then lastly, we have in-house payment plan options where they can put you on in-house payment plan. So the only thing due today is going to be the $500 deposit to lock in. Does that make sense, Brenda?
Okay. Yes.
Awesome. Let me know if you got any other questions. All right. Let's get it. 21 spots gone, still 6 left. All right. What other questions do we got? Any questions, comments, concerns? But does all that access get cut off at 3 months? I cannot assume all that in 3 months. No, what'll happen is you guys get access to all the replays and stuff from the time period that you're in. You guys get access to that. All right. So you have that. That's yours. All right, 100%. And I'm going to talk to you all because on our onboarding call and our foundational call, my biggest thing is, y'all come in for what you come in for. You don't have to go through everything. What I want you to come in is what you come in for. For some of you, it's going to be you come in because you want funding. Focus on that. For some of you, you coming in because you want to run a funding company. Focus on that. A few of you, you're coming in for digital products. You focus on that. And we're going to talk about that on our first call. All right, on our first call. That's the biggest thing. All right. Quick question. I'm 21 and in college for business, and I'm looking to build my credit. What's your advice for me? My advice would be join the program where we teach you how to build your credit, structure your business, get access to funding, and then skills that allow you to make money. Sales, marketing, right? Understanding funding, all right? So that would be my advice. I wish somebody told me about this at 21 years old. That's what I'll say. I probably wouldn't see me on here if I knew about this at 21, right? So that would be my saying. That would be my advice to you. And took me 13 years to fully understand 100%. My job is to cut 13 down to 3 months. Some of you, it depends. Everybody's different. All right. Is everything in the mentorship digital except the mentorship calls? No, we have an in-person event we do every quarter. You guys are invited to that. We invite alumni too, so you guys are invited to in-person events. Also, live coaching calls with us. Yeah, and then every once in a while I do like pop-up content days and stuff like that where you guys can come out. But yeah, but the other stuff is digitally, yes, online. Correct. All right, I want to do it all. How do I focus and prioritize these goals? John, I got you. We're gonna break that all down for you. I'm gonna teach you. We have a goal setting class where we talk about how to set the goal, how to focus on one. What I tell you is focus on one. We're gonna focus on one. All right, you're gonna focus on one. That's how you grow. Whatever you focus on expands. I want you to imagine I got 4 buckets, right? And I got some water. If I pour 25% here, 25% here, 25% here, and 25% here. What did I become a master of? I became a master of none of them, right? But if I go and I fill up this whole bucket and I give it everything I got for a long period of time, I now master the skills. The definition of mastery is to be able to talk about or speak or do something subconsciously, meaning without thought. All right, we want to talk. What we want to do is get to a point where we compound mastery, one skill at a time, one skill at a time. All right, one skill at a time. Are all your events in ATL? They have been. I mean, my inner circle stuff. We're actually about to go out the country soon, but most of my events have been in Atlanta. I'm thinking about doing something in Miami soon, or maybe like Houston. I'm thinking about something soon. Let me see. Brenda says she signed up. Let me see. Congratulations, Brenda Hartsfield. That's 22 spots gone. Congratulations, Brenda. See, Brenda don't play. People like I call those are the expectators, right? They don't play. All right. She ain't been here all class. She said she didn't even know the offer. She said just show me where to get to the money. Congratulations. Super excited to have you a part of the family. All right. Let me see. So sign up. I signed up. Congratulations. All right, cool. From Brenda, on it. I love it. Any other questions, comments, concerns that we have? Anybody not locking a spot that needs to lock in a spot? If that's you, that's me. Just put me. Remember, y'all, we got class tomorrow. It gets even better. All right, somebody put better in the chat. If you thought these 2 days was good, tomorrow, a whole different ball game. All right. Y'all know I haven't lied to y'all yet, and I won't. Day 3 gets even better. All right, day 3, we're going to be breaking down a lot of stuff. We're going to be breaking down some marketing. We're going to break down some AI stuff. It's going to be good. Tomorrow, I want to show you how to start putting together these systems and making your life easier. All right, super excited, y'all. Listen, congratulations to y'all who did join the family. I'm super excited to be able to see y'all. If you didn't, all right, there are still those 5 spots left. If you haven't and you want to, make sure that you either put me in the chat or you reach out to us in the group so I can make sure we lock you in. If you're a person who you need to do like, split card, or you need we get people who need special circumstances, that's perfectly fine. Reach out to us and we will make sure that we get you right. Latonia, I know you said me. Shoot me your number and I'll make sure we get somebody to get to you. All right. Also, Eugene, I'll make sure we have somebody send you the link via email. Eugene, also send your number. I know you sent your name and email. Send your number as well. I'm one of Lou's students in Florida. Please host something in Florida. Lou. Lou is one of my guys, y'all. Lou is going crazy right now. Lou's come through the program. He's absolutely cooking. He is killing it. Lou doing like 50, 60,000 some months, right? And Lou's a beast. Another high-level executor, though. All right, high-level execution. But yeah, we might do Miami soon. All right, while you're at it, let me show y'all another one. I like doing this. So this is what's going on, Russ? This is my guy, Russ. Russ was already a tax preparer, right? He was already providing a service. So people who have financial industry or in any industry, like I know Maxine talked about it, a lot of you are in different industries, you could be like Russ. Russ started adding additional services like funding, all right, business structure, and he started making an extra $20,000 to $30,000 a month consistently. Now imagine, he's already doing 6 figures as a tax preparer, or maybe a tax owner, but I know he's in taxes, all right? But imagine adding an extra, if you add $20,000 even a month, that's an extra $240 a year, right? So this is stuff I want you all to start thinking about.
Good, man. I'm all smiles. I just closed a light 35K play right before the call.
Crazy.
So,
Let's
yeah,
go.
I'm super excited about that. It's funding starting to come through. Now I've been picking up the momentum after tax season.
So you had 35, and then last week you had funded what?
160,600. So I made 16K on
Let's
that.
go.
And
Let's go.
I got some receipts I'm gonna post later today too. I ran a play with Amex And I got one client, 29,000 total, but one card was 20K and then the other one was 9,000.
You going crazy? It's a 20K, what, week or 20K 2 week span? I'll take it. That's y'all. Rush no different. Rush no different. He came in with no experience. So you see Maurice, no experience. $5,400 commission off one client. You see Russ, extra 20, 30K in a week. No experience. Y'all, one of the best businesses to start in 2026 is going to be your funding company. If you are an entrepreneur, you have a business, that's fine. You need capital. You need to scale. All right. You need money to grow. 82% of small businesses fail. The number one reason is due to lack of cash flow. Cash flow is king. People think money saved is king. Money saved isn't king. You know what happens when you got a lot of money saved, but you don't got cash flow? It's scary. It's scary as heck. Cash ain't king. Cash flow is king. Funding allows you to create cash flow. It allows you to have leverage. It allows you to get out of jams, right? It's a partner. It's a business partner, all right? So I want us to start thinking about these things as we continue to grow, all right? All right, we're about to get up out of here. We got class tomorrow. Somebody let me know what time we meet in the morning. Somebody let me know. I want to make sure we're on the same page. What time do we meet in the morning? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Talk to me. 9 a.m. sharp. All right, 9 a.m. sharp. No, tomorrow's Monday, 9 a.m. Eastern time. All right, y'all get texts, y'all get emails. We'll drop it in the group. 9 a.m. We're on from 9 to 9:30. I'm going to let y'all go on about y'all day. And then we come back in the evening. We got a whole lot more value. All right. Those of y'all who booked y'all calls, make sure you booked your calls. Everyone who put down a deposit, you should have booked the call. All right. If you didn't, then we will reach out to you. But those of y'all who did, make sure y'all do. All right. Can you please drop the Zoom link? We'll drop it in the group for you for sure. Money sitting does nothing. You want your money making money for sure. Absolutely. All right. Super, super excited, y'all. Y'all have an amazing, amazing rest of the day. And I will see y'all in the morning. Let's get it.